What's going on, Paisanos? V here, coming at you with another market watch today. Guys, the 2019 Advent Calendar is coming up at the end of the month. You know, for the holiday seasons. In September. Now, unlike the 2018 Advent Calendar, we really don't know 100% everything that's in the 2019 Advent Calendar other than the fact that it has a bunch of Karibos. That's basically all we know. We don't know if it's going to have any new kind of cards, any cards going to be meta relevant, any collector's cards, alternate art cards. We just know it has a bunch of Karibos, 17 super rares, 17 ultra rares. Now, unlike the 2018 Advent Calendar, this one actually might be good. Currently, in the market, we're seeing it being sold for $25. And, yeah, until we know what's in it, I don't recommend buying this. In fact, looking at the 2018 Advent Calendars, it was fire sold on Barnes & Nobles for $5. Less than what us store owners and other retailers paid for that calendar. So, hopefully, 2019 Advent Calendar will be a lot better. And, yeah, Konami, you really got to figure out what's going on for holidays, because the holidays don't start in September. I don't know where you got that from. Anyway, guys, I previously went to the regionals this weekend in Louisville, Kentucky, and had a great time. Met a lot of paisanos, signed a lot of cards, and took a lot of pictures, and just had overall a great time. Actually traded and got me one of these little bad boys, an Appaloosa Bogots prismatic. Look at that, prismatic. It was beautiful. And, yeah, I had a good time overall, and I really like to see about going to the next regional. I think the next one is going to be in Tennessee. I'll try to make it out there. And if you guys out there, come over and stop by and say hi. Anyway, guys, looking in the market, the meta is definitely shifting. Before we can talk about the rest of the cards, I just want to talk about one thing real quickly. The meta went from combo-heavy meta, where we saw Dragon Link and Thunder Dragon just running all over the place, putting on multiple negates on board. And then recently, we saw decks like Ultigeist being one of the main control decks, just coming out of nowhere and start slowing the heavy combo meta down. With cards like Nibiru, it also helps facilitate that. And then we just saw mid-range decks all over the place. I mean, we saw Sky Strikers, we saw ORCUST. It's kind of weird we didn't see that many Salomon Greats as we should have, but we saw these decks, so Sky Striker and ORCUST. So the meta kind of went from combo, a little bit of control, starting to peek its head out, and immediately getting countered by mid-range decks that want to play more mid-game, and not just early game set up a combo board and try to kill your face. And now we're in a weird kind of meta in which we're in a weird meta where everything's going around in a circle. Whatever the meta is, the counter to that is going to beat that. So I just want to give a little information to you guys, that if you guys are looking to go in and try to beat the meta, that's what the mentality you have to look forward to. And right now, I think mid-range decks are the best decks right now. But the market is going to show some different things. Some agree with me, and some showing, hey, you know, these other cards, your combo cards, are still money. And if you want to buy some of these control cards, well, they're still money too. It's just money overall. And whatever deck you're looking to play into, it's going to cost you a good amount of cash. Now, there's certain, things around that. I think Pure Thunder is actually kind of budget right now, and still amazing, as I just recently won the UDS. But, yeah, it's going to be a weird kind of meta we're kind of currently in right now. And until we have the bans, until we have a new set that has a new tier 1 deck, you really don't know what's going to happen with this game. As far as the top decks, that just solid, these are the top decks. Right now, it's just more of a range, and decks are rotating in and out in the tier 1 spot and the tier 1.5 spot as well. Looking at Rising Rampage, Appaloosa Boulder Goddess is currently $360. The value is going all over the place, anywhere from as low as $350, as you can see in the current market price, to up to $400 for Appaloosa Boulder Goddess. Now, as we go into the Rising Rampage Special Edition, I think this card price is probably going to go up higher in value. Not because I own it, but because it is naturally going to go up higher in value. But I don't think that value is going to really maintain being high. Let me explain. I think with the next set coming out soon in October 25th, we're going to see a new prismatic rarity come out. And whether that's meta or not meta, well, kind of going to determine the price of all these other prismatic rares in Rising Rampage. With more prismatics coming out in core sets being at first edition only, they're going to be the new dominant value card. Now, I'm not saying Appaloosa is a bad card. It's obviously an amazing card. But being the fact that it's not seeing much play, well, that's going to determine the price. Now, Appaloosa still is maintaining a high dominance in the market, being in Rising Rampage, obviously, for being the most expensive prismatic. And Marines Seahorse is $200 because, Marine to Seahorse. I don't know anyone who is looking actively to grab a playset of these. When the Wind Charmer Verdant is $155. A card, once again, nobody really wants, but good for collectors. And Storm Dragon Return is continuing to go down the market, even though it's higher than its market price, which is currently $66. The actual price point's about almost $70. And then looking at Appaloosa Boulder Goddess, we have it over here for about $59. That's under its $64 market price. Now, Appaloosa spiked up in value because a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh players that are looking to play combo were like, well, we can go in this way to counter Nibiru. But in this video, I have a card that actually is really good at countering Nibiru, which I'll show you later on. Looking at other cards, though, we have Marine Coral Anemone that keeps going down in value with a $22 with a $20 price point. Its current market price is less than $25. This card was around $30 when it first came out, and it's continuing to go lower and lower and lower in value. And to be honest with you, I personally need more of these because I'm not that I'm looking to build Marine Test, but I want to have the core because I'm like a card or two away. And this is not that bad of a price point, to be honest with you. And then we have Gizmic. We have it at roughly around $15, going lower in the market. Go figure, of course it would. And this is not even, with the specials coming out, the value of Gizmic is going to continue to go lower. We also have other cards that Get Out, still holding a $9 price point. Seeing some play in Cyber Dragon, the trap version of Cyber Dragon. And then we have just a bunch of other cards, like Marine Says Seahorse being the next card, and Ultra Rare, which is about $6. Now, looking at Battle's Legends Heroes of Revenge, Black Soldier of Chaos cannot stop going up higher in value. It was roughly around a $30 range next to Borosaur Dragon, but has since then been just going higher and higher in the market. $47 market price. The price point currently right now for the card is at $47. Well, why? The answer is simple. This card, if you could bring this out with a level 7 monster, you have a good chance of beating Sky Strikers, as they have a huge problem at getting over Black Soldier of Chaos. In fact, game 1, I believe you go into this card, I don't think the deck can get rid of it, unless they play like some crazy kind of card, like, you know, Get Out? No. Some crazy kind of card just to get over this card. I don't know, but I do know that Strikers have a huge problem with it. And like I said earlier, Strikers are definitely, if you look at the retro deck profiles this past weekend, Strikers were everywhere. And if you start packing this card, Black Soldier, if you're looking to play like Thunder Dragons, or if you're looking to play like ORCUST, and you can make this card, make it, and look at a striker player and just say pass turn and see what they do. Struggles. The answer is struggle. They struggle a lot. They're going to have a hard problem with this. They're going to struggle. They're going to read this card about 8 times, and then you're going to be going into game 2. So once again, if you have a problem at locals against strikers, that's your answer. It's $47, but that would answer the problem pretty fast, actually. Then we have Borosaur Dragon, $38 market price with a $32 current price point. Well, why? Because the Ultra Rares are being reprinted, and Borosaur Dragon's going down in value. Now, in my opinion, I do think Borosaur Dragon's going to bounce back up because it's still the best Link 4 in the game, arguably against other Links, but I think it's still the best. It's one of the very few Links that can just, you bring this card on board with another monster, and the game's basically over, your opponent's going to scoop, because you can smack for 8k relatively easily. And, yeah, the value's going down right now, but keep an eye on this. Unless Konami's looking to reprint this again, which will definitely maintain that value being low, I do think Borosaur Dragon's value is going to start going higher in the market. We also have Salamangreat Almirage, a card that's going up higher in the market. Now, once again, you could say, well, V, this is good because Salamangreats, sure, okay. Realistically speaking, it's because of Ultigeist. A lot of you players are starting to play Ultigeist because we have 3 sound strikes, and Ultigeist kind of changed the way it plays. It's more of a very heavy controller deck that wants to go first, wants to set a dominant back row, and see if you can break it. If you can break the board, you probably win the game. If you can't break that board, and you keep passing turns, you're doing exactly what the deck wants, which is playing a game of attrition in which the deck is going to utterly win. So this is why we're seeing Salamangreat Almirage go up. You can play starting to play 2 of these and 2 Link Karibo. You're also seeing Yu-Gi-Oh players play we're also seeing Yu-Gi-Oh players play Super Poly, which they could use with the Salamangreat, Violet Chimera Link, and do all kind of crazy plays, but that's the reason why. Sideframe Lamba is actually starting to calm down. It's roughly around $13, lower than its $14 market price. Every Yu-Gi-Oh player just needs 1 of these, and I think that once Yu-Gi-Oh player gets 1 of these, any extras icing on the cake that they're just going to sell, because you just don't need it. Then, of course, we have Sky Striker Mobilized Engage being $11 lower than its $14 market price. This card was roughly around $16 to $18, and now we just see it going lower and lower with the ultra rare versions of Sky Striker Mobilized Engage coming out. Once again, these prices, the prices of the Megatins are definitely affecting the prices of Battle Legends. Overall, we're seeing this over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. And the question is, are these prices going to maintain being low? It's a great question. And nobody really has a good answer, because you could say, yes, it's going to maintain being low, but if we have a ban list and strikers aren't hit on the ban list, it's kind of hard to see the fact that strikers are not going to see any kind of meta play. Then again, we have other people saying, yes, the prices will bounce back up in value. Well, that's true, but we have a ban list coming out. And that's also going to determine the prices. Also, once again, we're due for a tier 1 deck. That's something I kept talking about nonstop throughout the regionals to everyone I talked to, whether it's a vendor, a judge, or Yu-Gi-Oh players. Everyone kept asking me, V, what's going to next happen in the game? Well, we're going to get a tier 1 deck coming up soon. And I think that's something a lot of people kind of forgot about. The last tier 1 deck arguably was Salamangreat in a structure deck. As far as a core set tier 1 deck, man, it's been a while. Well, I think we're going to be getting a new tier 1 deck coming up soon. To be honest with you, I think we're due for one. And it's going to set the new precedence for the new meta we're going to be entering. Because, right, we're definitely going to be entering a new meta. So, if you do have some of these decks, and you have multiple copies, you might want to limit the amount of decks you have. Make some money right now. Put it to the side, because when we get a new tier 1 deck, that's where the money's going to go. Because, you know, that's how Yu-Gi-Oh works. Looking at Vision Hero Increase and... it's holding roughly around a $5 price point, which is kind of stable. I have a deck profile for my hero play that won X2 at the Louisville, Kentucky Regionals. I'll have that out later on today. I'm waiting for him to comment back to me. He did send me the deck profile, but I want to hear what it changes, or what his thoughts, what he would change, and everything like that. So once again, I'll have that deck profile coming up on this channel. He went X2, getting his invite this weekend. The other cards like Dynamax or Prangotops being secret rare. I mean, yes, you have the other version, which is ultra rare, but nobody wants ultra rare Prangotops. You want secret rares, which are about $5. And then you have Vision Hero Ferris being around roughly $4 to $5 as well in here. And then Artifact Lancia, a card that a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh players for a while we thought we didn't need. And personally speaking, look at this weekend, it's definitely a great card. Talking to a bunch of Yu-Gi-Oh players, it's definitely a great card. Looking at deck profiles online from other regionals, everyone keeps talking about Lancia. It's definitely a card they're putting back in their side deck. So if you're looking to hit this card out, you might want to reconsider. Once again, check out the deck profiles on YouTube. They explain it all. Oh, before I begin anything else, guys, I want to say, please make sure to comment down below. Let's do a comment question of the day. Comment question of the day is very simple. How's your side deck looking? Are you feeling confident? Are you not feeling confident? Do you feel Nibiru fits in there? Or are you running just Nibiru and 3 Phantasmes, or Nibiru and Spear Mode? Let me know and comment down below. I'd love to know how your side deck is going, because that kind of makes the Game 2 and Game 3 matter a lot more depending on what game you're playing and, you know, the meta we're currently in right now. So definitely comment down below. Also, if you're already commenting, please make sure to subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and if you guys want to buy any singles online, buy them here on TCG Player and use my promo code in the description. You can click a little link, it'll bring you over to TCG Player, in which you can buy any cards you want, and a percentage goes to help support this channel. So I greatly appreciate you guys was to do that. Moving forward, guys, Fist of the Gadgets is kind of still money, but not really. Let me explain. Fist of the Gadget's most expensive card is Brother of the Five Fist Elephant, holding a $21 market price. We saw one. Count them, boys. One. Go ahead, take your time. There's a lot of numbers we got here. One Five Fist deck topped the regionals this weekend. That's it. 0 at the YCS previously, and that's Fire Fist in a nutshell. I'm not saying Fire Fist is a bad deck. They definitely have a great bunch of combos they can do, but it's a very expensive deck, and Yu-Gi-Oh players don't want to overpay for expensive deck like Fire Fist, because we can see the same thing on Medoche. It's a really good deck, really expensive, but the value of these two decks, you could just put into like ORCUST, you can put in the Thunder Dragons, and still have money left over. So there's no real incentive to buy Fire Fist, or to buy decks like Medoche that are so expensive, when you can just chill out, relax, and buy ORCUST, and buy Thunder Dragons, and buy Sky Strikers, these decks, or buy Ultigeist, decks that aren't as expensive, definitely way cheaper than these decks, and have proven themselves time and time again. Look at the Brother Five Fist Eagle, it's about $16. Market price is $18. Brother Five Fist Panda, once again, $17. It doesn't make any sense. And then you got other cards like Code Rated being around $10, and Scrap Recycler. Now this card's currently $5 in the market. And there's this version, and there's a common version, which is about $2 to $3 for Scrap Recycling. Once again, if you're looking to play ORCUST, this is a card most ORCUST players are going to be wanting to run a 3 of. And this is the dynamic between an expensive deck that really isn't dominant in the meta versus a deck that is really dominant in the meta that's, you know, not as expensive. It's definitely still money, but not as much money, you know? Moving forward, Dark Neostorm and Signet Mining. Signet Mining is going down in value. Signet Mining currently has a $39 market price. We're seeing the actual price point be roughly around $33 to about $34 for Signet Mining. And this is what it's doing. It's going to start going lower and lower and lower in value. Then as we make way into the next set, it's slowly going to skeptically get higher and higher and higher in the market. Answer is simple, Marine says. Well, not just that, I do think that Salamangreat is still a great deck, but ORCUST, I think, is just better as far as the matchup, and I think that's why we're seeing more ORCUST than more Salamangreat. Even though I think Salamangreat should still be as more dominant, we're not seeing as much as we should. Nevertheless, looking at Signet Mining, it has about a $33 to $34 market price. We're also seeing Signet Mining being played in ORCUST, which I'll talk about later on in the video. Looking at No Material, it's barely holding on to $22 and definitely holding on less than its market price. which is at $23. Against combo, no material was showing relevance, being the fact that combo isn't as dominant as it once previously was. No material is dropping in value. We also have Dengyusu still stabilizing at $19, which is absolutely insane when you think the ulti's still around. The value should have went down, but it's doing the opposite. The value went up because ORCUST is showing that kind of meta relevance. If Duo Challenge Justice card is actually starting to calm down a little bit, it's about $15. Underneath, it's less than $17 market price, and that's because Dragon Link still being good. For the most part, it just has a big problem currently right now against Nibiru, which is an amazing card. Also against Spear Mode, which is an amazing card. Also against Super Poly, which is, yeah, no, it's alright card. I mean, depending on how they do the combo. You got Omni Dragon Brotar, which is basically stabilizing anywhere from the $15 price point, less than its $16 market price, but just about stable. Now the thing about Brotar, once again, combo players are having a huge problem answering Nibiru, answering any kind of field blowout, because once you do combo and your field gets blown out, you're playing in a really bad matchup. You're playing in a subpar beat stick matchup, because majority of extracts in your graveyard, you're at least 11 cards. So looking at cards like Brotar, which can help you get you into like Levineer, which is pretty good. Is it really still, though, in this current meta? I don't know. Then we have Backlight Crusader, Aramax holding a $14 price point, and moving forward into Savage Strike, we have Phantasme. Woo! Phantasme going higher and higher and higher. I know I talk about Phantasme a lot, but it's such a weird card that I really wanted to really emphasize heavily to everybody. You see, I said Strikers is a good deck, and I still mean that. I still think we're going to see Strikers at regionals still getting people their invites, still topping events, because the deck is so good. Well, Phantasme is a great answer for that. In fact, if you're out there and you're looking to play like Thunder Dragons or maybe even ORCUST, dropping Phantasme first turn against a striker player is really good because you negate a Widow Anchor. Not only do you negate a Widow Anchor, you put a card like Colossus on board, you're playing Thunder Dragons, which is so hard for them to answer, so hard for them to deal with. And Phantasme, well, that makes it harder, that much more harder when they can't use one Widow Anchor. They have to give it to you, basically. So, yeah, pretty good. $82 market price, but it's not that, of course. You got a Neiman version holding at about $86. And if you want a first edition version of Phantasme, it's roughly around $88 currently on the market for this card. Now, if you're out there that's looking to play kind of control decks, like Alta Guys, or maybe even some type of Guru Control, which you saw some decks see play and top this weekend, look at the current market price. It's about $71. We're looking at it right now. The price overall is $68 for a Pot of Extravagance. Not that I'm saying that Alta Guys is not, not seeing as much dominant play, but I am saying that Pot of Extravagance, I think everyone that has theirs got theirs, and if you don't have yours, well, $68. It's so expensive. Why is this card so much money? Konami, please reprint these two cards. Like, there should be no reason these should be around since Savage Strike and not get their reprints. They're obscure, insanely expensive, and you kind of need them, depending on your deck you're playing. You're looking to play a deck like Thunder Dragons, you need 3 Phantasmes. You're looking to play Salamangreats, you need 3 Phantasmes. ORCUST players, and you might want to consider Phantasme. Pot of Extravagance, if you're looking to play any control deck, you literally need 3 of these. That's it. There's no questioning it. You need 3 of these. Enjoy paying 68 times 3. Yeah, it's a lot of money for 3 cards. And then you can build a deck which is, for the most part, either A, reprinted and cheap, or B, not that expensive to begin with. Looking at Bordeaux Savage Dragon, the current price point is still roughly around $40. Now, this is kind of weird because the market price is showing to be $38, but it's still around $40. War Legacy Guard Dragon being around $13, which is almost near its market price. These are 2 cards that are definitely used in combo decks, and still a lot of money. In fact, in the case of Guard Dragon, it's a main deck 1-of. That's it. Some decks are playing 2, but then taking that second version of War Legacy Guard Dragon out and throwing in War Legacy Succession, which had a reprint, which is kind of cheap right now. So it's kind of weird to see these at their current high price points. I do think they will be going down in value, by the way. Moving forward, guys, we have 2019 Gold Star 10. We're off the gate, promo talk. Promo talk in 2019 Gold Star 10, looking at Nibiru, it's about $9. $9 for a promo Nibiru. Whew, Konami. I'll be the first to say it. Konami, last year you really messed us up. This year you totally made up for it. What is 2018 Megatins? I don't even know what they were. I forgot. I don't even know. One, I don't know the promo still. I know it's had to do some hero stuff. Super duper fun times. And 2, yeah, Nibiru totally makes up for those bad promos last. The whole Megatin is made up of 2018 with this one amazing card, which answers combos so great. Now, personally speaking, what I was doing this weekend at this past weekend at my regionals, I was running 3 Nibiru and 3 Spear Mode. I'm gonna get you with the left hook, I'm gonna get you with the right hook, but you're gonna get cracked in the face. Dot side deck against combo. That's literally what I did, and it worked out pretty well, to be honest with you. I never had a real problem with combo deck, because I had that set up in my deck and it worked out really, really good. But yeah, looking at Nibiru, the price point's roughly around almost $10 for this card. Now, for a lot of you guys out there, to make it is running $20, so pulling a Nibiru, a promo, that's almost half the value. Then we have Dark Ruler No More, which is kind of going. Not that it's a bad card, but talking to so many, every Yu-Gi-Oh player I talk to, I ask them about Dark Ruler No More, and I know some people are excited to play this card in Strikers, which is not bad, but then you can't Widow Anchor, so is it really good though? Then we saw this card being played in a bunch of other decks, but mostly in the side, and a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh players that either had this card, either didn't draw it, or didn't like having it. So the current market price of this card is roughly around $5, which is still a lot of money for Dark Ruler No More. Then we have the cards like Regeki, which is shockingly in this set, Prismatic Secret Rare being around $2 to $3, and the rest of the promos, which are roughly around dollar cards. Now, looking into the 2019 Megatin, the first thing we see is Danger Jackalope at roughly around $14 for Prismatic Danger Jackalope. Of course it is. In fact, I was really shocked, and if you go back to my previous market watches, I'm just kind of confused why is Ultra Rare a little bit higher than Prismatic Secret Jackalope. It makes 0 sense at the time. Well, now the market just fixes itself. This is what it does. It just goes, oh, this makes no sense? Fix itself. And that's what happened. And now we're seeing Danger Jackalope, Prismatic Secret be roughly around $14. And I'm not saying it deserves to be there, but I am saying it definitely needs to be higher than its Ultra Rare counterpart. For those of you who pulled the Bulbasaur Dragon 2019 versions, I'm glad you didn't do the pre-orders, which was what, $26 to $30 for the pre-order version of this Ultra Rare card? Well, look at the current market price of Bulbasaur Dragon. It's $14, which is great. I think this gives a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh players the opportunity to grab this card again at a cheaper value. That's awesome. And for those Yu-Gi-Oh players that have a condition, a rarity condition, a condition of the mind, that likes, makes them into, Gentlemen of the Night, but rarity version. Yeah, Bulbasaur Dragon Secret Rares are pretty good still. First edition versions. And if you want the Megatin versions, it's even lower than its current market price, which I don't think it's going to maintain being low. I think it's going to go higher. Look at it go by the Grave Prismatic Secret Rare, it's about $10. Yep. In fact, the weird thing about Go by the Grave, I was looking at this the other day, I was like, of course this card's like this. Go by the Grave Prismatic Secret Rare is $10, okay? Super rare Call by the Graves are $6. They went down $1. Okay, $7 market price. They went down $1. $6. Common Call by the Graves. Well, obviously nobody wants commons. They should be nothing. Dollar cards, in fact, right? Yeah, no, they're like $5 though. $5 for Call by the Grave. Now they did go down $1 for the common version of Call by the Grave. They used to be $6 in the market price. We are seeing them at $5. And by the way, after that one sells, they go back up to $6. Call by the Grave, calm down. We're trying to fix you, market, and you can't fix the market when you go places like Call by the Grave, Secret Rare, Prismatic, $10, done. Make it 3. Everyone, let's be cool. Calm down. For those who already have Call by the Grave, do we really need it as soon as possible? Listen, I have a condition known as rarity, Gentleman of the Night-ism. And I'll tell you right now, I'm waiting on my Prismatic Secret Call by the Graves. It's going to go low in the market. I'm not dropping $10 for this card. This card's going to go down to $5, $6 most. And then I'll consider, even then, buying a playset because the value's going to continue going lower for Call by the Grave. I'm not saying this is a terrible card. This is an amazing card. But man, bro, I'm not dropping $30 for a card I already have for a little bit higher rarity. And a little bit of higher rarity from super rare. Okay, it's a lot higher rarity. Prismatic's gorgeous. Anyway, looking at the Dynasty Ultra Rare, it's $8 market price. We're roughly seeing roughly around $8. This is going to go lower in value. Nobody wants the Ultra Rare versions. If you have it, sell it fast because Secret Rare is the one you want. Then we got Dangerous Tsuchinokes. Roughly around $8 for Dangerous Tsuchinoko. Roughly around its market price. This is also going to be going down because the Secret Rare is better. I thought this was Prismatic Secret, but evidently it's not. So, the only one of Dangerous that has any value overall is going to be Jackalope. Looking at Sky Striker Mobilize Engage, it's $6. It feels so good to say that. So Sky Striker Mobilize Engage is now, Sky Strikers in general is more of a budget deck now for a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh players. So kudos. Seriously, kudos. If anybody that didn't want to buy Sky Strikers that now is looking to play the deck, it's less than $100. And $100, even that's a lot of money actually. But I mean, compared to what it used to be, where one Engage costs his whole entire deck, yeah, I'll take that. I think everyone out there looking to play Sky Strikers on a budget will also take that as well. Trapjack's still trying to maintain a $6 price point. It was throughout the week when it first came out, roughly around $7 to $8. It's just dropping in value. It's not a bad card, but the value, it just makes no sense. Then we have Thunder Dragon Dark, and all the Thunder Dragons are roughly around $4 to $5. You got Dragon Dark being around $5, Dragon Hawk being around $5, which kind of caught me off guard because there's The Ultra is like $2. This should be like roughly around that, but whatever. $4 to $5. And moving over to the next page, we're gonna have another Thunder Dragon. I'm wrong, never mind. A Nightmare Unicorn being around $4, which is desperately need a reprint. I'm glad this card finally came out as a reprint. Back to the Thunder Dragons. Colossus being $4, and Red Reboot Prismatic Secret Rare is roughly around $4, which that's not bad. Being the fact that Red Reboot Super Rare before the reprint was on $5, almost there $6 in certain circles. So it's good to see the prismatic version of Reboot, the better version, being around $4, replacing the other version that was super rare, In Flames Destruction. This is why, once again, looking at Red Reboot and other cards, and looking at the fact that a lot of you players are starting to play Red Reboot, because if you want to beat any kind of control deck, especially like Alta guys, you reboot Alta guys, and then if you're playing any kind of deck like ORCUST or Thunder Dragons or Dragon Link, you just spam board, smack one in the face, and that's basically game. This is almost a needed card, and $4, it's not that bad of a price point. Then you got a bunch of other cards. There's Dragon Raw, about $3, almost near $4, a little higher than its current market price of $3. But look at the rest of the cards in the market. Cards like Warlord's Succession, which is $3, a little higher than its $2.50 market price, but $3 still. Is the other version still like absurdly high? I know the Ultra Rare was like $15. Look at the Ultra Rare version, it's like $8 and $10. Who's buying Ultra Rare Warlord's Successions? Have you not seen the prismatic one? It just looks infinitely better, and it's gonna run you $3. Oh yeah, by the way, it's a higher rarity. Moving forward, you have Nightmare Phoenix Ultra Rare, which is like $3. Once again, that was and that was the price point of the Super Red Nightmare. So I was gonna see Phoenix that one. Nightmare Couplet Ibly, which we're gonna leave here. It's about $3 for Ibly, and to be honest with you, I don't know. Ibly might be going higher in value. And I'll talk about that in a little bit in the market watch. In like 2 seconds, actually. Cyberdark and Seekers are roughly around $2. Maximus, all these great cards. Widowmaker being an ultra rare, still at $2. So you got Chupacabra. Everything else is roughly $1. There's your Prank of Tops, by the way. If you want a cheaper version, it's going to run you $1, $2. That's it. Secret Ray, Prismatic, by the way. Higher than a Secret Ray coming on Basel Legends. That one's about $2, which is a little rarity bump as well if you're looking to play Strikers. And you got other great cards like Vampire Sucker, which is $2, which desperately needed a reprint. Finally glad to see it done in the 2019 Gold Star tin. So let me talk about Nightmare Corrupted Ibly, because I have a history with this card. I hated this card. In fact, I hated this card up until this weekend. I thought this card was overvalued for Secret Rare. At one point, it reached $35, and your players were going, V, you're insane. That's great value. But Nightmare Corrupted Ibly, now, I think it's a good buy. In fact, looking at the market price of Ibly, it's roughly around $12. Looking over here in the comment, in the comment section, I'll be looking later on. But unlimited version is about $10. First version, about $12. It's a bit of a jump for $12. In fact, once again, guys, we went back to the Megatin version of Ibly. It's gonna run you about $3. So you have $3 up to $12 for this card. This card's pretty good. If you're looking to play ORCUST, you definitely want to listen to this part of the video, because this card right here can not only facilitate your combo, but if your opponent's starting Nibiru against you, wow, that does nothing. Like, absolutely nothing against you. You see, as you go into your Nightmare Corrupted combo, instead of going into Mermaid and bringing out your Nightmare guy, I forgot his name already, because, you know, ORCUST Nightmare, there's his name, Nightmare guy, Nightmare Man, ORCUST Nightmare, you go into Ibly, then you link it away, and then you give your opponent Ibly. Since your opponent has Ibly, they can't use Nibiru. Oh, by the way, you get to do full combo. Now, let's add a little spice to that. I know I've been talking a lot about Strikers, but probably the most dominant deck of this past weekend has been Strikers. Well, you give Ibly the Striker player. You give it a Striker player and you go, here, hold this real quickly. They hold that. Now they can't activate any of their back row. So if they're debating activating the back row, then now they cannot definitely activate the back row, being the fact that they have a monster on board. Not only they can't activate the back row because they have a monster on board, a Striker player better have a monster summon on board and better be able to go into something. Because Nightmare Corrupted Ibly says they can't special summon at all except Link monsters. Well, for a deck like Strikers, that besides the hand traps, depending on their ratio, they main 3 monsters and a bunch of spells. And if they have no other way to get rid of this card, they lose. Not only do they lose, but any kind of card they play, if they can play any cards, well, they better be able to play them quickly, because Nightmare Corrupted Ibly says they can't special summon anything unless it's a Link monster. They can use most of their back row and the spells in their deck, because, you know, you need to have no monster in the main zone, and Ibly puts it in the main zone. It stops Nibiru, and that's pretty good for any kind of Yu-Gi-Oh player that's looking to play any kind of ORCUST build. For those who aren't playing ORCUST, you might want to consider this. This is not that bad of an idea, and this kind of works really well, actually. It does it on their 5 summons, and you can just drop it on board, and it helps you facilitate better game miss for you against your opponent. Now, why am I also so interested in this card, even more so? And once again, ORCUST players, definitely want to listen again, because you can use Ibly, and since Ibly's a Cybers, you can use the Rotor for Ibly. Wrote it for Ibli, you say? That's going to be... Actually, I forgot this out already. That's going to be Silent Mining, which is currently down in the market. Nobody has figured this out yet. Once again, looking at regionals, I saw YGOPaisano all over the place running 2 to 3 Silent Minings with their Ibli. Yeah, you can Silent Mining, pitch a card in ORCUST deck, you know, to the graveyard, kind of what you want to do anyway. Search out Ibli, summon Ibli, and go right into full combo. So you search out Ibli, go into Mermaid. Oh, by the way, real quickly, hold this Ibli 2 seconds. Thanks, my guy. And then right then and there, you activate Mermaid's effect. Pretty good. Oh yeah, and your chain block. Now your couple of Ibli's really good actually, and it makes other cards like Silent Mining, a card that if you're looking to play the new Marine Cess, you might already have, or if you played Salamangreats, you might already have. That kind of works out pretty good. Now, if I'm wrong about any of this, no big deal, because I'll get roasted in the comment section. Not by one guy. Come on, don't be silly. One guy? No. We're in advanced. I'm in advanced roast level. I'm up to here. I'm tier 0 advanced roast. Like 5 guys will say the same thing. They'll reword it, okay? But they'll say the same thing. The comment section. And if you're commenting about to roast me, can you hit subscribe real quickly? Thanks, Paisano. Alright, look at Dingirsu, the Orchestra of the Evening Star. The current market price of this card is roughly around $52. Ultimate rate Dingirsu is going higher in the market. It's about $56. $56 for Ulti Dingirsu. That a card which you can only get on 2 shitty player. And in your locals. Go to your locals, get Ultimate Red Dingirsu in an OTS pack if you got the lucky chance to pull it. Pretty nice actually as an ultimate rare. Now for a lot of you can play, some of we're seeing majority you can play start run Dingirsu, really just run 2. So if you have a third ulti, cool, but I don't think you really need it. Galtea, well, I'm seeing deck profiles throughout the weekend. Some are using 3, but most are still using 2 as well. So yeah, Dingirsu being about $56. You want the cheaper version? That's about 20. Then super polymerization. Sell this card. Sell this card fast. I keep saying it. We have until October, and this card gets reprinted as an ultra rare. Besides the cigarette version, which are roughly around $19, already less than a $24 market price. The super polymerizations from OTS Pack 9 are anywhere from $17 to $18. It's coming out ultra rare in Dude. The set with the alternate art hand traps. This will be ultra rare, just like Cyrujo will be in there as well. By the way, you might want to sell Cyrujo if you're not using it as well. Looking at other versions of Super Poly, the common version is roughly around $12 underneath its $13 price point. Seriously, get rid of this card as fast as possible. It's going to get reprinted. And this card's only good in heavy combo metas, and I think we can easily say that we're in more of a mid-range. Is heavy combo still getting you can play as an invite? Definitely. So is mid-range. So is a control. The meta is crazy healthy. It's just the same stuff. And I think that's the whole thing, my whole complaint, I think, with talking once again, a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh players, they love this meta. They love the fact that combo could get Yu-Gi-Oh players an invite, control can do it, and mid-range can do it. But they're kind of bummed that it's the same decks. Like Konami, you have a great formula, just using the same. We just have the same decks. We want some more decks in the mixture. That's what we currently have. I think it's probably the overall problem with a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh players. Ronin Totem is going up $5. The market price is showing to be $6, but it's roughly around $5 for super rare Ronin Totems. Now they have it over here in the common version for about $2, but if you want a little high rarity, OTS Pack 4 super rare Ronin Totems are roughly around $5. You really just need 2 if you want to grab those. And Ash Blossom and Joy Spring. Now, besides the other versions, Ash Blossom and Joy Spring, common at a Soulboy and Structure decks, has an $8 market price. It's currently listed roughly around $8. Sell this. Sell this fast. I'm not sure if I have to tell you this. Pause the video, grab those comments, and unload them. Well, besides the fact that $8 for Ash Blossom, besides the fact that it's coming out as a reprint, why would you hold an $8 common when you can get, I don't know, spend an extra $1 or $2 and get the ultra rare for about $10? I mean, you can get the Shots of Valhalla super rares. They're about $9. Or you can hold an $8 version of a card, lowest rarity, that's definitely getting a reprint. Now, of course, you want Secret Ash Blossom Joy Springs. They're kind of low, but still higher than the current market price. Secret Ash Blossom and Joy Springs is roughly around $27. Unlimited version is about $30, and first version of this card's about $31. To be stone cold honest with you, I like my Secret Ash Blossoms, but oh, look at the time. They're going to get a reprint again. We know this is going to happen. There's so many reprintings of this. It's going to be almost a no-brainer to me that we're going to get an OTS Pack 12 and OT Ash Blossom. In fact, wouldn't it be kind of obvious that this would happen? And then once you have it, Konami just finds a way to kill hand traps. You know, Konami. Moving forward, we got Lucid Netherworld of the Dark World being a $6 card, and the market price showing to be $10. To be honest with you, I don't know why this is so high in value, and I would love to know if you guys are comment down below about that. Then we have Monarch Erupts. basically bought out everywhere. This is what Monarch players do. One card goes up and, I mean not Monarch players, I'm sorry, True Draco players. I kind of get Monarchs and True Dracos confused all the time, and I think one video people like flipped out about me. Dude, I know there's 2 decks. I know True Dracos are going to see more play. It says Monarch in the name. I'm sorry. What can I do? Like, bro, chill. Anyway, the Monarch of Rust that True Dracos play, wink, wink, okay, is being bought out. 2015 Megatin versions holding roughly around $6 price, but we're seeing at $7 for a 2015 Megatin Super Rare. The Super Rare from the original set has a $5 market price. Oh, but it's not that. Unlimited versions are about 12. First edition versions are about 15. And the common in the structure deck, it's about $5 for common Monarch Erupts. $5. True Draco plays. This is what happens. They just go, okay, what's hard to get or not many printings because we just got a reprint of a great card that was the money card. Or that one, okay, boom, done. Not Monarch players, True Draco players. Potato. Okay. Moving forward, Effect Vela coming out of Duelist Saga has $11 market price. Looking at Effect Vela, it's around $11. And if you're looking to play Ghost Ogre, which is not a bad card, Ghost Ogre is decent against, pretty good against a combo, but against like mid-range and control decks, you really want to get Effect Vela, just better than Ghost Ogre. Now, I'm not saying, you know, when you Ghost Ogre multi-row, you go, oh, I wish I had that was an Effect Vela. No, Ghost Ogre multi-row is really good, but Effect Vela is just better. And I do think that a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh players are going to start playing Effect Vela in the main to go with a lot of the current builds. And if that's the case, well, if you want an Effect Vela from Duelist Saga, the second best version of the card, it's going to run you $11. Now, Effect Vela got printed all over the place, from the Ultimate Rare printing, which has an insane obscure amount, to its original print Ultra Rare and Deuce Revolution, to any kind of printing. And the price of Effect Vela is relatively cheap for common versions, as low as $3 for common Effect version, which I know it's kind of high, but once again, it's a card you kind of need. And whenever it's kind of needed, it's going to be roughly around $3. Another card we saw a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh players play this past weekend is Rivalry of Warlords. Now, it came out as a common, but nobody wants that. If you want a high rarity one, Hidden Summoners, super rare versions of Rivalry of Warlords. The price point of this card is about currently $2 to $3 for Rivalry of Warlords. I think that's a really good price point for a card that's definitely good and can see a lot of play. We're seeing this card see play in like Ultra Guys. It's seen playing like Thunder Dragons, and it's really good for controlling the game. I played this past weekend and it worked out pretty well. One-minute game actually by itself. Just locking out the board, cleaning everything up, and making so your opponent has to play in a very simplified game state, in which a lot of these heavy aggressive decks don't want to do. So Rivalry of Warlords really shines in those matchups. And once again, guys, if you want to support this channel, look in the description. In the description, we'll have a TCG Player link. Click on that link, and whatever you want to buy whatever you want, and a certain percentage will go to support the channel. You either give TCG Player 100%, or you give TCG Player 97%. It's up to you. But I do appreciate any support that happens by clicking that link to help support the channel, so I can go on and continue to make great videos and upgrade all my equipment and do more cool stuff like that in the future. I do have a lot of plans for the channel. I definitely want to add a lot of more cool things. And if you want to help support the channel, like I said, you want to buy a TCG Player, just use my link. 2 seconds. Bookmark it. I greatly appreciate that. And if you're already down there looking around, reading the description, all that fun jazz, check out all the groups I'm in, and if you want to join, like you go mark our Facebook group, as well as subscribing to the channel. Click the little notification bell, hitting the like button, and commenting down below the comment question of the day. How's your side deck looking? Is it good? Do you feel comfortable with it? Are you confident in your side deck? Definitely let me know. I'd love to know. I read every single one of your comments, guys. I read it sporadically. Some comments I read like 10 times all the day, because I love reading everyone's comments over and over again. It's your boy V, and you paisanos have a great day.